Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a good-looking puzzle in front of us. And I was looking up this title because I was being a little slow, trying to think of what or see what that word meant. And when I looked it up, I was like, well, there's nothing correlating to that in anything that I searched for. Then I realized that it is just the combination of two rule sets, and I felt a little stupid. But But hey, why not just share that with thousands of people? So there you go. So it turns out the title is just a combination of arrows and modular. Arrular. Cool. Anyway, it's by FullDeck and missing a few cards. So we're gonna have a good puzzle in front of ourselves here. So let's just jump into the rules and see what's going on. So again, it's going to be normal Sudoku, arrows, modular lines, and Kropki pairs. So normal Sudoku. Every row, every column, and every 3x3 box will contain the digits 1 through 9 once each. Arrows, digits along an arrow must sum to the number indicated in the circle from which the arrow emerges. Digits may repeat along arrows if allowed by other rules. So let's ignore the modular lines for a second. These three digits, whatever they will be, are going to add up to whatever this is. These two digits, whatever they are, will add up to this. Then we have the modular lines, so any set of three adjacent digits along a mod line has three different remainders when divided by 3. So not written here, but the three groups that this puts us into is 147, 258, and 369. So if we were to look at this guy again, ignoring the arrow for a second, this could be one of the digits from the 147, this could be one of the digits from the 258, and this could be one of the digits from 369. And then whatever pattern that goes in will continue down the mod line. And then these guys could be a different pattern, etc., etc. But those are how they will have to work out in general. Then we have Kropki pairs. So with digits in cells separated by a black dot are a 2-to-1 ratio. Digits in cells separated by a white dot are consecutive. So these two are going to be consecutive digits, 4, 5, 7, 8, whatever it is. These will be in a 2-to-1 ratio, or one of them will be double the other. So 2, 4, 3, 6, however. And those are the rules. So it looks like it's going to be a fun little combination or interaction between the arrows and the mod lines, as the title would obviously suggest. So let's just jump into this one. Links in the description below. Let's get at it. So I think a good place to start is going to be here, actually. And it kind of looks like we have the same concept occurring. This one might be a little bit more restricted, but we'll get there when we get there. This has to at least be a 6. Because these three digits are part of the arrow, so they're going to have to add up to a minimum of 6. 1, 2, 3. Now, 1, 2, 3 actually does work because it has one of each. Oh, wait. It could work. It could work. I was gonna say it does have one of each of the groupings, but then this guy here has to also work. But it could do that because you could have this be a 3, these be a 1, 2 pair, and this be a 6. So the 3 and the 6 would have the same mod grouping, and that would work. Now, can we reduce it any further though? Well, it can't be a 7 because it would have to be a 1, 2, 4. Well, 1 and 4 are in the same group because the 1, 4, 7, and the 7 then would cause even more problem along the line. So this is not 7. What about 8? So there's two ways to make 8. 1, 2, 5, and 1, 3, 4. 1, 2, 5 doesn't work because the 2 and the 5 are in the same group. 1, 3, 4 doesn't work because the 1 and the 4 are in the same group. This is not 8. Now, does the 9 work? 9, there's 3 ways to make 9. If we don't use the ones 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4 right off the bat will work because they're each different groups of digits there, or groups of mod sets there. Do we want to look at the other two, or do you want to just use the obviousness of this? Let's do a quick check on it just in case. I mean, it's not going to help us, but we'll get through the process of it. The two ways to make 9 using A1 are 1, 2, 6, and 1, 3, 5. 1, 2, 6 will work. 1, 3, 5 will work. Okay, so 9, all of the options of 9 are possible. Now, this guy, of course, we said, has to abide by the same rulings. So this is either 6 or 9. Well, obviously it can't be 9 because it's on a Kropki, so it's 6. And this is 3. Therefore, these are a 1, 2, 3. We know that the 6 is from the 3, 6, 9 group, so this has to be the 3 because it's going to be of the same group. These are not 3s. This can't be a 1 because these would both have to be 2s. So this is 2 and 1. This is a 2. This has to be a 4. Now let's take our mod line and see if we can make things happen. This is going to have to be the same a set, 3, 6, and 9. So it's either 3 or 9. Now, it can actually be a 3. Because again, 1, 2, and 3 are on their own groupings. This could be a 1, 2 pair. Okay, so we're not going to get too much there. Go away. What about using the 1 and the 2 grouping? Because these are going to be from the 2, 5, 8s. This obviously can't be a 2. This can't be an 8, because this would have to be a 1. That can't happen. 2. Yeah, the 2 could work, so it would be a 2, 7. And actually, this just says this isn't a 3. That's the quick way to think about it. Because if it was a 3, it would have to be a 1 here with a 2 here. That can't happen anymore. So this is 9. Okay. This one and this one has to be from the 1, 4, 7 group. We can probably rule out some things. This can't be a 1, but it could be the 4 or the 7. So 7 with the 2, 4 with the 5 will work. Okay. So we got started there. We also have a couple of 3s looking in here, so we can put that in, not 2, 3. Thank you very much. And I don't think there's much more we can do on this guy yet. Doesn't look like it. Well, this guy here we know is from 6, 7, 8, or 9. Can't be 9. It's a 3-cell arrow. This one's slightly less restricted as that one because this digit is not on the mod line. So we don't have to abide necessarily by the same rule sets. We do know there's a 1 on this thing though, because no matter whether this is 6, 7, or 8, it will require a 1. Okay. Can we get into these guys? Oh wait, this guy here. This is 6 or 9, so it's from the 3, 6, 9 grouping, which means these are from 3, 6, and 9. This obviously can't be a 9. This could be 3 or 6. But I don't think we can say exactly what that does here. Because if this was a 3, this could be a 1, 2 to make 6. If it's 6, it could be a 1, 2 to make 9, but it also could be a 3 to add up to 9. Now, is there a way to make that work? Or is there a way that it doesn't work is probably the better way to think about it. Because if this is 3, these have to add up to 6. There's only 2 ways to do that. 1, 5, and 2, 4. Either one will work. Because they are all different. We said already 2, 3, 4 to make 9 would work. So we still have that possibility. Okay. What more can we now do? Any of these Kropkis? I don't think so. Can this guy be reduced any? I don't think so, because again, we still have the same situation where it could be a 1, 2 to make 3. It would just be in a particular order. I'm sure there's ways to make, yeah, we just said there's ways to make 6 work. And the 9 will probably work as well. What do we have going here, maybe? Because we can't use 1, 2, 3, or 4. So this is 5, 6, 7, or 8. Obviously, it can't be 9. This guy would be 1, 3, or 4. It can't be a 2, and it can't go any higher, because the 4 would have to pair with the 5. Went up to 5, this would be a 5, 6 pair to make this 11. That doesn't work. So this guy is actually 7, 8, or 9. Because the minimum it could ever get to would be a 6, but obviously it can't be 6. Can we do any finagling like we did here with this? Because there's probably reductions we can make here. Like, can this ever be a 7? Can't use a 5. It can't be 6, 1, because the 1 and the 7 are in the same group. No, it can't be a 7. The only way to make this 7 is if this was a 6, 1 pair, and that would just break because the 1 and the 7 are in the same group. So it's not 7. What about 8? 5 and 3 wouldn't work because the 5 and the 8 are in the same group. 6 doesn't have anything to go with. 7 would have to be with the 1. The 1 and the 7 are in the same group. It can't be 8. There's no other way to make 8, so this is 9. Okay. Now, if this is 9, this has to be from the 3, 6, 9 group. So it is 6. This is a 1, 2, 3 now. We know that these aren't 3s because they would be in the same group with the 6. Now, interestingly, that does push the 3 here, even without the line extending up. It just needed these 2 as a negative constraint to say this is a 3. So that's curious. Let's continue this process now. This could be a 1, 8 to make 9. That would work. It could be... It can't be a 3, 6. Because 3 and 6 are in the same group. It could be 4, 5. So this is... Okay, so we've got ourselves into a mod set. This is a 5, 8 from the 2, 5, 8. So therefore, this and this will be from the 2, 5, 8. This is 2. This is 1. This now has to be 4 and 5. This is either 2 or 8, because again, it's from the 2, 5, 8 grouping. This has to be from the 1, 4, or 7. Looks like it could be any of them. This is from the 3, 6, 9. It looks like it could be any of them. Cool. What did that tell us about anything down here, if anything? Boobadoop. I don't know. Oh wait, this 5 here. Looks here. This is a 2, which means this has to be a 7, which means this has to be an 8. This is a 5. Okay, there we go. That was helpful. That's not quite looking there. I don't know what it is about these. Maybe it's the color of the mod line and the color of the digits being placed in there. I don't know. For some reason, it's muddling in my eye. I don't know the reason for that. But anyway, I'm just blabbing on. These are from 1, 4, and 7. Well, this can't be 1 or 4, so it's 7. Therefore, this is not 7. This is a 1, 4 as well. And what about you? You can't be a 4, because this would have to be a 3 or a 5. Well, it can't be. This is 1. This is 7. 7, thank you. This there has to be 2. This has to be 4. Perfect. We got ourselves into this thing now. Well, a little bit at least. Can we do anything with these 3? We need 6, 8, and 9. This is 8. This is 6 or 9. These 2 now have to be 5, 8. Seems accurate. And these 2 have to be 1, 3. Therefore, this is 4. If this is a 4, this has to be an 8 because it can't be a 2. Good. I don't think there's anything else there. Searching. Well, this is a 3, 6, 9 triple, which is interesting, which means this is 1, 7, 8. That looks correct. Can we remove options here? Doesn't look like it, because this could still be 2, 8, or 7. Those would be the options, because the 1 could go with the 2, the 7 can go with the 8, can't go with the 6, and the 8 could go with the 7, it can't go with the 9. Okay, well, that didn't get us very far, but it was something at least. Where do we want to go next? Do we have to get ourselves into this mod line? We already have these guys set, but we don't know what the interim is. So what is this? Let's use Sudoku to give us a general concept. 4, 5, 7, or 8. Clearly can't be 8. Can't be 7 either, because we couldn't make the arrow work. So this is either a 4 or a 5. This can never be a 6 then. So this is 3. Therefore, this is 1 and 3. Now, can we figure out if this is a 3, this can clearly not be a 6 because we'd have to put a 1-2 pair here, but that doesn't work. So this is 9. That's not. Okay, let's try to see if we can figure out what this 9 is. Because it's either 3 with a 4, which means this would be a 2. That would work because 3, 4, and 2 are all different. 3 and 5 would go with the 1. That would work too. Okay. So that didn't really give us anything, sadly. Could we do anything more with this column that could start to break? Oh wait, this 3 here means this is a 4 because it can't go down to a 2. What about, let's look at this guy, in this Kropki in particular. Can't be 1, 2, can't be 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5. It can only be a 5, 6 because of all the digits we have. So this is 5, 6. And these have to be from, well, this has to be a 1, 2 because we can't put 1 or 2 here. And then this is just a given digit of 9. There we go. That's a 9. You're not. Go away. So we get a 3, 6 pair, so we can put the 9 and 6 in. Good. What else? Can we now use this information here? Because this can't be 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, or 5, 6. So it's going to have to be in the 6, 7, 8, 9 range. That's not 9. Don't know that it does much, but does it tell us anything about this? Because what are these 2 digits? 5, 6, and 7, and one of them's definitely a 7. Okay, so this can't have a 7 on it. That means this can't, well, it just means that this is an 8, 9 pair. This is 9, this is 8. That forces 5 and 8. This is now a 6, 7 pair, which means this becomes the 5 and the 6. Good. Now these 3 are going to be 4, 5, and 7. We'll just plop those in because we can. Okay. What next? At some point we're going to be able to figure out what the grouping of this is. I wonder if we have some Sudoku here that's going to give us anything, or if we need to continue our thought process onto what some of these other things can be. Let's do a quick look at Sudoku. See if there's something in it. I don't know that there's going to be, but it doesn't hurt sometimes to take a look. A quick gander, if you will. Booba-doop. 3s. Okay, well, 3s are actually interesting. Just by Sudoku, we know these are not. But these can't either. This one obviously is a 9, but this one couldn't be because it's the same grouping as that. So we do put a 3 here. That just means one of these 2 is a 3. Oh well. It was a curious little thing, but... Okay. Thought we might have something else there. But I don't think we do really here, because this could be a 3, 4 pair, and there's nothing preventing that from being a 3. Okay. What about 4s? Okay, so there is a 4 on one of these 2 Kropkis. Is that helpful? Not necessarily. There's a 4 on one of these. Anything else? No. 5s? There's a 5 on one of these as well. Now, we don't necessarily know that they go together, because it could be a 4-3 here and a 5. So, no, it can't, because this can't be a 5-6. Yeah, this could be a 5-4. If this is a 4, it goes with the 5. If this is a 4, well, that doesn't work, does it? Because we just said if this was a 4, well, it could just go with the 5. It wouldn't be able to go with a 3, is, I guess, the point of what I'm trying to make here. Because if it was a 4 with a 3, that pushes a 5 over here, but we can't use the 4 or the 6 with it. Is there more in that? Does that actually just push something into one of these two, or am I just spending way too much time thinking about this thing? I don't think it causes a problem. Because again, if this is a 4, this could be a 5. If this is a 4, this is the 5. So I guess neither one of these is the 5, is what we're getting at. Because no matter where you put the 4, you have to put the 5 with it. Okay. One of these is a 5. Doesn't do anything for us, so let's move on. 6s. Well, 6s, same concept with the 9. None of those can, or the same concept we used with the 3s, I should say. It can't go with the 9. So one of these is a 6 as well. Where does the 9 go? That was the easier thing to look at, because we have 2 9s looking here. Well, that can't be a 9, so this is. These are not 9s, so one of these two is. These can't be 9s, so one of these two is. Now we can't rule out the 9 here because it could go with an 8. There's nothing stopping that yet. We kind of skipped to those 9s though, so let's go back to what we were looking at. What was it? 5, 6s? I think it was 6s. Well, okay, yes. 6s are kind of helpful. None of those can be 6s, so this is a 3-6 pair. I mean, it doesn't do a whole lot for us, but it's something. Let's continue on this journey here for a second. See if anything else comes out at us. I feel like we might be getting to the end of the road. Oh, nope, the 8s seem to be useful. Oh, no, they do. None of these can be 8s. Because we can't put an 8 on the line, and then Sudoku has removed the rest of them. So one of these is an 8, so this isn't. This means this can't be a 7. Not quite enough, but one of these will be an 8. I'm not getting a lot here. We already used the 9, so let's try to figure out what the heck we can do to get this guy organized. Because I don't know that any of the other ones we can use any of the other information, like on these Kropkis or anything like that. So how do we figure this out? Let's think about these digits. There has to be a 2 on there somewhere. No 3s. We know there's a 4 over there. There has to be a 5 over here somewhere. That's not helpful. The 6 is not on it. We can't place a 7 in there yet. And then, of course, the 8 goes there and the 9 goes there. Well, the 7 can't go on this guy either. But we still can't rule out these and these from being 7s. Let's look at this guy. It's either a 1, 2, this one being the 2, this one being the 1, or it is a 6 as the answer, which means this would be the 1, this would be the 5, or it's a 2, 4, which means this would be the 4, this would be the 2. Yeah, that doesn't do much of anything that I can see. Okay. Oh wait, yes it does. These are givens as to what type of mod they are. This is perfect. I should have done this earlier. This is from 258. This and this have to be from 258. This is 2. This is 1. That forces the 5, which then says this is 6, and 3, and 1. We said this one also has to be from the 258, so it's 2 or 5. Oh, it can't be 2 or 8, so it is 5. That forces the 4. This is then 7, 5. This has to be from 1, 4, and 7. Can't be 1 or 4. It's 7. Cool. Now, did any of that help us? What is this digit? Well, this one here is 4. What is this, though? 2. So this is a 7, 8, which means this is 1. This is 2. This has to be the 3 by Sudoku. This has to be a 5 by Sudoku. And we should have plenty more that we can work with here. These two digits are 7 and 9. These 3 digits are, oh, well, 2s. Where does the 2 go? Just goes here. So this is a 6, 8. Okay. That should get us somewhere, I would think. Right? Bueller? Yeah, the 7 here is 8 and 7. So we can probably put these digits in, and maybe something from down here would differentiate those. 1, 3, and 6. 3 and 6, so this is 1. This is the 3, 6 pair. These have to be 2, 4, and 8. Again, the 2s are coming in handy. This is 2. This is a 4, 8. Now, are we done with 2s? Yep, we finished the 2s by that. Let's go into Sudoku again. So it looks like the 1s are going to be done. This is a 1. I think that was the last one. Yep, 2s are done. What about 3s? Not quite. One of these is a 3. Did we say this one couldn't be a 3? If this is a 3, this became the 4, right? Yeah, because we couldn't go down to a 2. But then this has to be a 5, and it can't go with 4. This is not 3. This is. That forces 6 and 3. This is just a given 7, it appears to me, which is going to give us our 9, 7, and this is going to become a 9. This now has to be 8. This is 4 and 5. This just has to be the 6, which gives us the 8 and the 6 and the 7 and the 6 and the 8 and the 4. There we go. Solve the puzzle. Solution is correct. Awesome. So yeah, this has been out. Well, this puzzle was created a while ago, about half a year ago at this point. But it's only been on Logic Masters Deutschland for about a week and a half, I think, at this stage. But anyway, so it's got plenty of solves, but excellent puzzle as always. I really did enjoy how the arrow works in combination with the mod lines, even if it's hard for me to see, but I have terrible eyes, so that's probably the reason. It's just a weird little thing. It's nothing to do against the setting of this thing. It's just my personal vision. But anywho, I'm going to stop babbling. Excellent puzzle. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot.